Alright, hey everyone, ChessNerdBird here with another video doing tactics here on chess.com using their tactics trainer. We're doing 100 days of chess where we spend at least 30 minutes a day doing tactical problems and solving them to better our overall chess as well as improve our tactical vision while we're playing games. So, if you want to know more about the challenge, click on the link in the description below. And we are going to go ahead and move right into some tactics here. So let me go ahead and start this timer. And then we'll start the tactics here. Alright, do I have some winning moves right away? I believe I have bishop takes d3. And the reason I say that bishop takes d3 is because immediately I see that queen to g2 is checkmate. However, our opponent can take on g2 with the knight, and I lose my queen. So, but if I first remove the defender of g2, I'm still threatening checkmate. Although with that move, I guess my opponent does have, after bishop takes e3, I'm sorry, that's e3, not d3. My opponent does have rook to g3. So maybe it is not quite as cut and dry as I thought it was. Perhaps it is not as cut and dry as I thought it was. And in fact, actually, queen g2 is actually checkmate. Queen to g2 check, knight takes, and now pawn takes g2, and that is actually checkmate. The opponent cannot take the pawn, it's guarded by the rook, and now this bishop is actually opened up and guarding g1, and so the king cannot move over. And so that is winning there. All right, moving right along. Black just promoted. All right, I'm thinking there's some type of fork or something here. If I go knight e3 right away, this would check. The king could step up. To f2 though. I'm not sure where I go to from there. I do have bishop e4. Bishop e4 is going to hit the queen. The queen does not have anywhere to go. Be relatively safe. Like the queen can go g2, but knight e3. The queen could go to h2, but then after knight e3 check, the king moves. If it goes king e1, I have bishop c3 check. Comes back and then knight could go to g4. So I think bishop d4 is right. So let's just look at this again. Bishop d4. The queen doesn't have a check here. If it goes to the light squares, we just play knight e3 check. It can't go to g5. So the queen can go if bishop d4. The queen could go to g2, but the fork, so it can't go there. It can't go anywhere on the g file. So in fact, the queen's actually very limited. It can only go to h2 or to h1. H1's going to get forked, so the queen had to go to h2. All right, so bishop d4, now queen h2. So now I'm looking at knight to e. Knight e3 check. The king If the king steps to f2 or g1, we're getting knight g4 check. The king can't go to g2. Can't go to e2. So the king goes to e1, but then after bishop check, the king's forced to go to f2, which then we have knight g4. So yeah, bishop d4 looks like it's the move. Again, knight e3. See which way the king goes. And now this is where we play our bishop to c3, and now we have the knight fork here, winning the queen. And that should win a game. And that should win the game. Alright, so we're taking our time, we're doing some calculations. Bishop takes f2 check. Looks pretty strong right away. If king simply moves up, then we have knight d4, and I believe that is checkmate. No, it's not checkmate. The king could go back. The king does have c1, or f1, I'm sorry. King does have f1 to go to in time of trouble. So bishop takes here, check. So if the king simply steps to f1, we end up with knight g3 check right away. If the king comes up to e2, then we have to play knight d4 first. This way the king cannot escape to d2 and run away. And so then the king goes back, and now we play knight. Then we would play knight to g3, and that would be checkmate there. So king steps up, and we play knight d4 first, forcing king f1, and now we checkmate the white king. All right, I'm feeling good about this session so far. I feel like we're taking our time. We're working on these puzzles. We're not trying to rush our way through. Everything is feeling pretty good here. Rook takes a6 right away is something that looks like what I would want to play. But after king b8, I'm not 100% sure about that position. If I were to play a move like rook to c7, I believe black has to play rook b8. Rook b8. I believe I didn't have queen b6. Queen b6. Right. Rook c7. Because if the knight moves away, we simply just take the knight. This knight has no squares to go to, so we would just take a knight. If black tries to defend with rook b8, we have queen b6, and now we're threatening queen takes a6. If the knight moves, then we simply have queen a7 or rook a7. So that looks winning there. Yeah, rook c7. Okay, this looks like it's winning here. I take on f6, pawn takes, and then I have queen takes. But I'm wondering if rook takes knight. Just if black had something else here. Like rook takes knight. And maybe rook takes bishop, but I would just take back with the pawn. And then pawn takes, and then I still take here, and that's still checkmate. Okay, so rook takes f6. If our rook takes on f7, I can simply take on f7 with my pawn. If a rook recaptures, then I take that rook. However, if rook takes f6 and rook takes g7, pawn takes g7, and pawn takes f6, then queen takes h6, puts the king in check, and this pawn that is now on f7 guards g8, so the king cannot move. So that looks winning. Yes, we take here. First thing that we need to do, and now, oh, okay, I did not anticipate this move though. I think, I mean, I'm thinking this move is okay. Like I would just play queen d3 here, check, that forces the king back. I would imagine. Oh yeah, queen d3, king h8, and then queen g. What's this? Queen. Or actually, I could play rook takes pawn. Pawn takes pawn, and then I have queen. That can't be right either. Is this right? Queen d3 check, king h8. And then let's play queen g6. Although I'm not really threatening anything. That's why it feels so weird. I want to say queen d3 is the move here, but after king h8, I don't see how I'm winning here. All right, so king h8, rook takes h6, pawn takes h6, and then queen to g6. But then rook takes f7, pawn or queen takes f7. And I'm down a piece. Black has the extra bishop. Like that just can't be that can't be right. Oh snap, I see it now. Okay, so this is it. So queen d3, king h8, rook takes h6, pawn takes h6, now queen g7, or g6, I'm sorry, queen g6, rook takes pawn. No, that's not it either. So this was a problem in my mind. I thought after queen, here's what I thought: queen d3 check, king h8, rook takes, pawn takes, queen d6, rook takes pawn, and then queen takes h6, rook has the block, and then I have queen f8 check, mate. Because the pawn or the rook's on g7, h7, I'm sorry, and my queen's covering these two squares for the king. However, in that line, this pawn was still an f7 in my head because I was seeing it on the board here, but in that variation, the pawn's actually gone. So when I play queen h6 check, black does not have to play rook h7. Black can simply play king g8. So I'm guessing I would have to take on f7, but again, now the bishop gets out, and that doesn't feel right either. I mean, unless it's to draw in this position, but I can't imagine that that is actually what they want us to do here. How about queen d3, king h8, queen g6? queen g6, you can't really take anything. Like you can't take the rook because I have queen h6 checkmate. If rook takes h6 right away, pawn takes. And then queen d3, but then king to g7. And that doesn't work either. I'm taking queen d3. I just don't see anything else. Like black can't take this. I can simply then just move my rook around and threaten to take that, I guess. Yeah, queen g6 is not right. Rook takes, not right either. Queen takes pawn there, not correct. We simply go back. I thought about that, but I felt like there was just more here, but maybe not. Because now king has to come back to h7 and okay. So I guess it was just about finding the draw. I just wanted there to be more. Just wanted there to be more to the story. Alright, I feel like queen g8. Queen g8. I'm threatening a very quick queen h8 checkmate. So then the question is, does a check here work to draw my king up to b2? I can just hide on a3. I can hide on a3. And if queen g8 and g5 is played, I have queen takes g5. Or no, I'm sorry, pawn takes g5. Pawn takes g5 is checkmate. Yeah, so queen g8. Alright, check. I step up. And now I step to a3. I have no more checks. You take that, but I have checkmate. Alright, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we just have that one wrong. The one where we thought we were still going for the win. A little upset about that, but okay. Knight f3. Looks like checkmate. Oh, the square. The square, but knight f3 check. King steps over to f5, and then rook f6. Looks like it is going to do the trick. Yeah. And then rook f6. Simple mate there. Alright, so the question is, do we take this? If we do take this, our opponent has knight g4 check, king back, queen h5. Or do we simply move over? This is one of those moments where I'm just not quite sure. Trying to think, if I take the bishop, Knight g4. Check. King goes back to g1. Now queen h4 comes in, threatening queen h2. Checkmate. And okay, I mean there I'm obviously curious. If that actually works. I cannot play a move like rook e1 because queen takes f2. And yeah, I mean none of that could be good. Good for me at all. If king h1 though. I just go king h1. If knight g4, I could play. I can't play a move like f3 because his queen h4 comes in, threatening bishop. Yeah, just threatening the simple bishop g3. So maybe I just need to take the bishop and. And hope that I've got something here. So, okay. I wonder if the move king g3 is an option here. I mean, we don't go king h3 because the knight takes f3 or f2 check, double check actually. But king g3 and queen g5. Queen g5, that then starts to look a little more scary. I do like it better than king g1 though. Okay, now the big time moment in the game here. Is it f4? I mean, I don't think f4 is the move. F4? That looks really weakening. Super weakening. But it's right. F4 is correct. I think because the point is the queen can't go back to keep guarding the knight, so the queen has to move away. And then, like, you even have moves like F5 now, threatening to take the knight. So yeah, I think that was just. Well, we spent a lot of time on that one, I feel like. All right, so knight takes. So knight takes here. All right, if I throw in if I take the queen, white takes my queen. All right, if I take the knight, queen takes knight. Yeah, like I'm still not sure about that either though. Huh. If I just move my queen away, white does have knight takes f8 check. Or knight takes g5 check. And then I might even have issues of it running into getting me checkmated. I thought maybe queen takes f2, rook takes f2, pawn takes g4 was fine. I win a rook, but after knight takes f8. I still. Do I win a piece that way? Rook, queen takes f2, rook takes f2. Pawn takes hg4. Knight takes f8. Rook takes f8. And if g3 attacking my knight, which is technically pinned to the rook on f8, I have knight e6. So that actually does work. Take. Takes here, check, take. Perfect. And then if g3, then we go knight e6 or knight g6. All right, we have a few more seconds here. before this night's challenge is over. Alright, so it does look like it's going to be the last challenge. Bishop takes f2. Well, looks nice, but after like king g2... Well, king g2 would be easy enough. I just come in with queen h3 check, king goes back, and then... Well, what's the fun in that? And then knight f3 check. Oh wait, I can take the knight. Queen takes e5, queen takes e5, and then knight f3 check, and I'll win this knight. There we go. Last puzzle, we solved it. Almost a 2,000 rating here on chess.com. It's Tactic Trainer. Thanks so much for watching. This has been ChessNerdBird doing another day. This was, what day was this? Day 15 of the 100 Days of Chess Challenge. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Hope you have a great rest of your night, and we'll catch you later. If you need a chess.com account, you can click the link down in the description below, get that free chess.com account, and start training yourselves to be better chess players. I'll see you around. Thanks so much. Bye.